Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. I want to make sure that as you guys are coming in, go ahead and drop a like on the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already subscribed. We definitely have some great things to talk about tonight. Translating your homemaking skills to the workplace, a power move for ex-tradwives or for ex-homemakers. Of course, we are going to get some intro music in here and then we're going to start the discussion. All right, guys? Stay tuned. All right, guys. Just want to make sure that you guys are all here. As you're coming in, drop a one. Let me know. Say hello. See how you guys are doing. Just want to make sure that you guys can hear me and you guys can see me, and we are going to jump into the discussion. Now, the subject tonight is translating homemaking skills to the workplace. A power move for ex-tradwives. I want you guys to be able to understand, if you are an ex-tradwife or you know someone that is an ex-tradwife, I want you to be able to understand this. As an ex-tradwife, do not think for 1 second you are starting from the bottom or you're starting off with no skills. In order for you to have some form of success in the area of being a tradwife or in the area of being a homemaker, you have to have acquired some skills to be efficient. Please understand, you're not just starting off from scratch. You're starting off with a lot of skills that you may not even recognize, but we're going to go over them tonight. Okay. I want to make sure that you know that you have some things already. There's about 3 things I want to discuss. Let's see here that can be used in the business world. Okay. We're going to start off with the first one being project management. Hey, Still Rocks. Welcome to the live, of course. Appreciate your support as always. And of course, share this with someone that you know may be in this type of situation and is exiting out of a relationship or marriage where they weren't working for a while and they're definitely looking to jump back into the job market. Okay. So go ahead and share that with your friends that are in that particular situation, because I want to make sure that we are servicing them as well. One of the things that you surprisingly don't realize that you have as a ex-tradwife is project management. Project management is something that people take for granted or people don't really understand that you guys have. Let's break it down. Project management is something that you use that when you're managing doctor's appointments for people, or you're managing you're helping to multitask, you're helping to, oh my gosh, there's so many different ways you're managing a project. Let's say you're managing let's say you have home repairs going on, right? And you are managing that in your home, where you're making sure that the electrician, the plumber, and the contractor, which should be one person heading that, that person, you are making sure that they're taking care of things. Let's say you're renovating, let's say a basement, so to speak, and you want to add an additional room, you want to add an additional bathroom, you want to add an additional kitchen in that basement. You want to make sure that that person is handling all of the things that need to happen. And you, as being a homemaker or or ex trad wife, you are managing those pieces. Did they get the proper materials? Are they priced out those things? Are you're managing how things are going? Are they moving along in the right direction? Are there pieces that they have to outsource? They have to contract out to other people. Keep in mind, project management is not something that is an easy feat. A lot of women that are managing households are project managers by nature, because you have to manage the people in your household, like the children and the husband and the doctor's appointments um, and the maintenance on the house, whether it be pest control or getting the yard work done by a certain period of time, or making sure the house is properly maintained. There's a lot that goes into project management. So feel no ways that you think you don't have the skill, but you really do. Okay, because in order for you to be have any kind of use or be successful in any way, shape, or form in the areas of homemaking, or in the areas of being a traditional wife managing a household, project management is a skill you already have. Organizational management. This also ties into project management. Let me see. And organizational management, let's see here. All right. Management is also another skill that you have as an ex-trad wife. You have to keep track of everybody's dates. You also have to keep track of being organized as far as what you have in the house for groceries. What are you going to cook? How many people it can feed based on how you shop and what you're cooking. All of these things are part of keeping the organization of the home in tip-top shape. It also helps that you're the one managing the kids' recitals, making sure the dates are in place. Make sure okay, you're taking the time off to, well, no, you're a homemaker, so you had all the dates aligned up in the proper structure, making sure that your significant other at the time, or if you're stepping away from that, that you have all of those things organized and making sure they have proper dates. Let's say for vacations, you're organizing that as well. Hey there, Credit Solutionist. How are you, darling? Thank you so much for joining the live show. These are things that you think you don't have as a homemaker or an ex-trad wife, but you really do. So, Still Rocks. Okay, Still Rocks says, yes, tradwives are awesome. I also tell people that are servers, hostesses, not to shortchange themselves. Those skills are yes, they're absolutely transferable. I agree with you there. Absolutely. I want to also make sure that you guys understand that it's not, being an ex-trad wife or being a trad wife is not for the faint of heart, because you got to keep up with a lot of different things, a lot of moving parts. Another skill I want to make sure that we add to that. Hello. Let me add to that. This is also another skill that people take for granted and think it's just multitasking. Multitasking is an absolute necessity if you are a trad wife. You want to make sure that you're keeping track of all the moving parts and keeping them under control without anything blowing up. Welcome to the chat, Dark and Lovely. Of course, say hello to everybody as you come in, guys. Appreciate you guys stopping by, of course, and we're gonna get into this a little bit later. But I want to make sure that the ex-trad wives that are coming in, or that may see this later on, once the video renders, that they are not alone and they have support out here. They have support from me, Mentor Shelley, the career coach, and they have support in some of these other spaces as well. You're not alone, and we want to make sure that you have what you need to be able to reestablish yourself in your career field, in the job market, even though you may have been gone for 5 years or more. Another skill I want to bring to your attention as an ex-trad wife: financial management or financial planning. Who's the one that most likely are paying the bills in the house? It's the wife. She may be getting the funds from the husband, usually a lot of good, let me specify, good and healthy traditional marriages. It's where the husband says, here is the paycheck, take care of the household and what needs to happen. And keyword, if it's not being abused, if you're not being neglected, or if you're not, if this is a mutually beneficial situation, then of course this is what's happening. Even if it's not, you want to make sure that you have you make $1 out of 15 cents as a homemaker. That's a skill you end up picking up, because a lot of times you make something out of nothing. There's so many examples of this. Um, you get $1,000. You know all the bills all together come to $999.99. You're gonna make it do what it do, okay? Because financial management is a huge part. You know you have groceries, and you know you have 2.5 kids to feed, and you only have a certain amount of money. You're gonna make purchases so that food can last to a particular time. So think, I want ex-trad wives to know you guys have skills that are so valuable in the job market. Financial planning can lead to career tracks such as bookkeeping, which you probably are doing to some degree if you're involved in the or you were involved in the financial part of the relationship when you were a trad wife. Um, Bookkeeping, accounting, just to name a few career paths that those skills can definitely line up with. Victoria says, this is a great topic. I love that you're providing ex-trad wife solutions. They need this sort of resource. Absolutely. My heart goes out to a lot of women that find themselves in these positions and don't realize how important it is, and how vital they are, not just to their current home and their current situation, but how vital they are in the current job market. I do not want any of them to think for 1 second that, number one, they're not valued, and number two, that, oh, I've been out of the job market too long. I don't know what I will do, or I don't know if what I have to offer is still something that people will want and or need. Far from the contrary, I've already named at least 4 skills. And what I want to do is also show that this has been written about as well. It's not just, oh, I'm talking about this because I feel like it. I understand the plight in a sense, because when you've become unpartnered, right? That's the buzzword term for getting a divorce or being separated and things of that nature. I usually don't share a lot of personal details about my life, but this is one thing that I identify with ex-trad wives. They're going through a life change, and that can take an ultimate toll on anybody. Believe me when I tell you, it can take a toll on any and everybody. I want you guys to understand it is not an easy feat to go through that kind of change and understand what it truly means to be unpartnered. So, I wanted to touch on this particular article just to show ex-trad wives that, listen, it's not over until the proverbial chunky lady sings, so to speak. But let's be clear. I want to make sure that you know for sure that it's not over by a long shot. And you absolutely have what it takes to truly get back out there and make a positive difference in the job market. This article was written by Jennifer J. Palumbo. It was written a few months ago, but it's saying from how you transition from a full-time mom to a full-time career woman. I just want you guys to understand. According to Pew Research, roughly 27% of the mothers stay home rather than participate in the workforce. While every mother's situation is different, deeper research reveals that several factors can influence whether or not a woman chooses to work full-time, part-time, or as a stay-at-home parent. Notably, the ages of one's children and women's marital status are major influencers on when or if a woman participates in the workforce. However, one thing stands out from the research that women are more likely to return to the workforce as their children, get older. This is particularly true once children start going to school. At this point, many women have transitioned from being full-time moms to being full-time career women. This transition can be challenging, but you can succeed with the right preparation. And this is also where I would come in to say, make sure that you understand. Don't think for 1 second because you haven't used that resume in a few years that it's still not good. We're going to talk about how you can use that as well. Rod Bangkok of Green Spring Bioinnovation Hub encourages, as we champion the journey of women from full-time motherhood to pursuing their careers, it's essential to recognize the unique barriers they face and the profound potential they bring to the workforce. The transition from being full-time mom to full-time career woman is not a personal achievement, but a societal investment. What you want to do and prepare accordingly. This is a key step because I want you to understand that yes, you may have the skills, but you want to, let's say for example, you want to go into something totally different from what you were doing before you start working. At the end of the day, knowing what you want is half the battle. Okay? Understanding what you want to do when you return to the workforce is an important step, larger because it helps you narrow down the types of opportunities you seek. Do you want to return to your old career or try something completely different? You're welcome to do so. Regardless of your desired job, you must update your resume and portfolio and possibly refresh your job-specific skills through certifications and other continuation programs. This is also the time to reach out to your old work connections to get your foot in the door with the right opportunities. Finally, be prepared for questions about your employment gap from your time as a stay-at-home mom. As a career coach like myself, Jamie Burt advises when asked about employment gaps, be honest and brief while sharing who you are and what you can offer. That's also a way to position yourself and communicate your value. Bring the interview back to the position and your qualifications, affirming that you are qualified and enthusiastic to return to work and advance your career. And emphasize your transferable skills, which is what I've been talking about, and share what you've been up to and how it applies to the position. Be confident when explaining your decision and talk about your career and what you envision next. Plan for, of course, there's other things that this article talks about, planning for childcare and things of that nature. But I want to stop there only because I want you guys to understand for this phase, for the rest of the year, I want this particular part of the population to understand you're not in it alone. There are career coaches like myself and career coaches like that one that's mentioned in the article that is here to support your plight as an ex-trad wife. And becoming an ex-trad wife, I'm sure, was not an easy process. Things may have happened where, boy, looky here. This man is tripping and it's time for me to go. Or literally, it's gotten to the extremes where women have had to, with their children or without their children, literally run for their lives. So it may be it may be from one extreme to the next. At the end of the day, I want you all to know that you have support. And at the bottom of the screen, you see I have a free guide that is able to help ex-trad wives. You can go to mentorshelley.com/ETW. This is going to be a guide to help you, number one, list the skills or figure out the skills you have. I described about 3 or 4 of them here in this video, but I want you to go ahead and dig a little deeper. That particular free guide, it's a free guide. It's a great place to start. This particular free guide is going to help you hone in on the skills you already have and in what direction, based on the type of industry, those skills can open up for you. And if you're looking to add to those certifications, that guide will also help you as well, as far as getting continuing education and things of that nature. We'll be having this discussion for ex-tradwives and for homemakers, and that have either having to transition based on necessity or based on want. You have this, you have what you need. Believe it or not, you have more than you think you have. And I want to be here to empower you and provide you with resources to be able to make that transition more smoothly. And of course, guys, this, I want to make sure you have what you need. Go ahead and go to mentorshelley.com/ETW. If you know anyone that is going through this right now and needs the additional support, please go ahead and share this link with them and share the channel. Of course, if you have, does anybody have questions, concerns, want to comment? Let me know. I want to make sure that you guys have what you need, as well as the ex-tradwife specifically, who I am here to advocate for in this particular venture or this particular time in 2024. Guys, I want to make sure that you have all of what you need. And of course, if there are questions that you have, or you want to work with me one-on-one, if you're an ex-tradwife and you absolutely need your resume done ASAP, and you said, I have no clue what to do, and I need your direct help with this, you can go to mentorshelley.com/resumes. You can schedule your resume consultation with me, and I am more than happy to go through with you. We'll have some conversations, and I will go through it with you piece by piece, what it is that you need. We'll work through it and make sure that resume is going to do what it does, which is sell your skills, your actual valuable, marketable skills that you're going to figure out when you use the guide. Or if you sit down and say, well, I knew how to do this, I know how to do that. You're not starting from ground zero. Please understand that. Please understand that. Okay. Credit Solution, she said, do you recommend any skills tradwives can brush up on before they head to the workforce? Absolutely. There are so many. One of them being, you want to brush up on if you want to go into the IT sector, or you want to go into the IT industry, you can brush up on getting some of those. You also want to make sure that you are getting the proper interview skills. You want to brush up on those. You want to practice interviewing. If you definitely want to schedule some time with me so we can go over those things, you can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations for that. But I do have a very inexpensive resource. You can go to mentorshelley.com. Actually, let me put the website, let me put the link here for that. mentorshelley.com/interview. I have a very reasonable that will definitely help you to get back into the swing of things when it comes to interviewing, because maybe you haven't done it in a while and you need a little brush up. And also being able to communicate your value without feeling like you're, I'm nervous. I got sweat under my armpits. I don't know what to do. Listen, this particular resource will help you as well. Also, if you have additional questions, okay, let me go ahead and make sure I'm getting all the questions. Let's see here. Yes, if you're wanting me to work with you one-on-one to work with you for your specific situation as far as career planning, or you or looking for more one-on-one with me, then you can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations to work with me directly in regards to getting all of these things together, as far as your interviewing, your resume, not just interviewing, but salary negotiation once you get to that point. These are all things that I help you with one-on-one. I do have a specific program that is coming up specifically for ex-tradwives, but I want to at least provide you with the guide to start off with, so you have at least a stepping stone to get started, a stepping stone to kind of figure out what it is that I have and what can I offer right now. And then once we figure that piece out, then I have some other resources that I do want to make available to you. But go ahead, for the ex-tradwives that are looking for that first step, go to mentorshelley.com/ETW. That link is also at the bottom of this video. Guys, if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you're not sure, or if you know other people that are looking for these resources, please go ahead and recommend and share this information with them. Of course, I am still on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I want to make sure that you guys are sharing this information with people that can find it useful. If you have just general questions about just resumes and cover letters and regular schmegular stuff, not just about tradwives, but for anybody that's looking to get their professional game to a next level, but you have some just regular questions, you can go to mentorshelley.com/contact. You can leave me a voicemail or an email message on that page. The voicemail is on the bottom right-hand corner. You can click leave voicemail and actually leave a voicemail, and I get that voicemail, and I usually respond to those within 24 hours, guys. At the end of the day, I want ex-tradwives to know, and I want them to know they have the support of mentorshelley.com. I'm here to help you to become a better version of yourself professionally, even if you've been out of the job market for a while. All right, guys, thank you so much, Credit Solutionist, for stopping by. Dark and Lovely, I appreciate you stopping by. Still Rocks, of course, as always. I appreciate all of your support and coming by. And of course, for those that are viewing it after the live renders, go ahead and drop a 1 and say replay rocks. Replay rocks in the comment section of the video. And of course, this is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, especially if you're an ex-tradwife. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. Bye.